dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty fat flex, but she shapes to be freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie beauty fat flex, but she shapes to be freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling girl world like it's her scene. Just breathing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean in the murky depths of live stream. Tears down the walls with the wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean in the murky depths of live stream. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. Baddest woman with the smirk so mean in the murky depths of live stream.
Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. Hello, hello. I missed you yesterday. How the hell are you? Foodie has been MIA. I don't know, for maybe like 24 hours. We don't know where she is. Did she explode? Did she fall? Did she fall into a coma? Who knows? But I do have Girl World gossip to go over with you. Actually, it's more Foodie Beauty gossip. A little Girl World gossip, a little tiny bit, but mostly Foodie Beauty gossip. A lot of people calling her out with receipts, a lot of using her own words against her. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat first. Hello, Erin. Hello, Free the People. Good to see you. Hello, Lori. I love your profile picture. By the way, Lori, I've heard Lori's voice, and she has the heavy Boston accent, and it's so cute. It's the most adorable thing ever. I love it. Hello, Mark. It's so good to see you, Pastel. It's rare I catch a stream right away. Well, I was running late. I planned on going live at 8, and then I don't know what happened. But here we are now, and I'm so glad you're here. Mustard, I'm sorry you don't like the song. It lives rent free in my head. It seriously does. Hello, Mrs. C. It's so good to see you, Trauma. Kimberlina is not here. Panda said, well, that's a bummer. Hello, Runs with Scissors, but hello, Panda. Okay. Hey, consonant woman. Hello. Joe! Hello, good to see you. All right, let's go to Twitter. Let's go over some gossip. I went to my spinal surgeon yesterday, and I'm even more confused than I was before. But I have to go and get another MRI done, this time of the middle of my back, because they did one of my neck and lower back, but not the middle of my back. I don't know that anybody cares, but just if anybody wants to know. And I'm getting a referral to a pain specialist because my surgeon said that they could do epidurals now. Um, that give people a lot of relief. So, in the meantime, until we're waiting for this next effing MRI, I hate MRIs, by the way. I don't know how anybody goes through them normally. The last one I had, I vowed that I was going to tell my doctor I needed to be sedated for the next one. Like, how do you do it? How do you deal? I was in that thing for an hour. I thought I was dying the whole time. Like, you can't breathe. It's such a closed space. And then right into your ear, it doesn't matter that they give you those little earplugs. Oh, hell no, it doesn't matter. It goes "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do," like right in your ear. It fucking sucks. Anyway, so I got to get that done in a CT scan. But there's hope. There's hope. I am excited to see about this epidural for pain relief. So yeah. Anyways, hey Caddy. That's so awesome, Runs. What did Run say? Let me see. I'm sorry that happened. I only ever had them on my legs. Steroids are a waste of time and money. Do an open MRI, babe. Okay, but here's the thing. I asked because last time they're like, "Oh, do you have or are you claustrophobic?" And I was like, "Well, I don't really like closed spaces," but I was like, "How long is it again?" Like, I'm pretty sure I'll be okay because they said the only open MRI one they have is pretty far. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of MRIs, I'll tell you that much. Like, if you want to torture somebody, just put them in an MRI machine for an hour. Tell him you're claustrophobic and you have really bad anxiety. Yeah, I don't know if it was the specific neck MRI thing that they did, but they put some sort of gadget thing over my head, like around my head, and then it locked in place. So I felt like I couldn't breathe. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but I felt like I couldn't breathe. And then I was like convinced I needed to cough. And then you couldn't cough in the thing. And it was just like an absolute it was torture. It was torture. That's the best way I could describe it. Like, they put this little ball thing in my hand and they're like, "Okay, if you need out, you can press it." I swear to you, the second I was about to squeeze that ball, they put me out of the thing. So, like, I don't know. Last MRI I had was to look for a meniscus tear. Nope, giant string fracture in the femur shaft. Ouch. Oh my gosh, I can't do old school MRIs, claustrophobic. Yeah, and even if you're not, like, you don't I'm sorry, Lori, by the way, that sounds painful. Even if you don't think and you're like, "Okay, I could deal," there's something about being in the tube and then the noise right in your ear, and you can't move, you can't do shit. I don't know. It absolutely does because I go oh, wait, hold on, your comment went up. Yes, it absolutely does because I go through that every time I have to have an MRI, and I have to have an MRI on my head, neck, and spine. So you get it. I don't know, it's like the second the thing, like, locks into place, and then, like, you're just very aware that your neck is it's just I don't know. It's not a good time. I'm not trying to, like, ruin anybody's day. I don't maybe somebody out there is going through this and I need somebody to relate to. I feel very dramatic right now, and I feel like one of the girls, like but it seriously, I don't know, it's a real thing. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a very real thing to me. Yeah, so my MRI was 20 minutes and I listened to oh, well, you got music. No, they just gave me, these little earplugs. No option of music, nothing like that. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's not talk about it anymore. Let's talk about happier things. I usually disassociate during an MRI. Yeah, all right, let's move on from the MRI because I don't think anybody's having a good time during this. So you're not being dramatic at all. Thank you. But you know what? This is a year to overcome fears. And I'm doing that. I'm getting on a plane in a matter of months. So I don't know. Maybe I'll learn a trick to get through these tests. Maybe I'll learn to trick my mind. I'm pretty good at tricking my mind. Pretty good. All right. So on a happier note, well, I don't know about happier, but on a different note, let me make this a little bit bigger. Hi, Lucy. Good to see you. Hey, Arg. Was in a car wreck and broke. Oh my gosh, in my you're L4 in my early 20s, and the only thing that really helped was strengthening the muscles in the lower back. Thank you. Maybe I need to do more of that. Maybe. I am open to pretty much everything right now. If they could give me a new back at this point and they wanted to sign me up for some weird research, I would take it, okay? Like I will take it. I will take a new back. I don't know, they give people a new face. Why can't I have a new spine or back? It's just eh, eh. That's all I have to say. But here's the thing too. I don't know who needs to hear this out there, but change your ways, right? Because some of this I didn't do to myself, but I'm sure a lot of what I did to myself didn't help. Like degenerative disc disease, I'm pretty sure it just happened. I don't really know the science behind it. I have it. Maybe I did it to myself. But either way, I'm pretty sure like this is something I was going to deal with. But I don't think my falls off balconies and fracturing my neck really did anything to help my situation. So I don't know who needs to hear this out there. Stop drinking. It's not worth it. You don't want to have spinal fusions, at 40 and 42 and probably more spinal fusions. So listen to me, put the booze down, my friend. All right, on a side note, I'm all about health right now and how to help my body with inflammation and pain just because I don't enjoy pain very much. So I do these things like I told you guys, I do long periods of fasting. Well, it's long for me. Like I'll do 16 hours for 4 days, right? And I find that it helps my pain. It does. I'm not telling anybody else out there to do this. I'm just telling you what I'm finding works for me. I find chia seeds, eating that helpful. I've been hearing amazing things about sea moss. I can't do the gel. I don't know if we talked about this the other day, but I'm telling you again, just my little journeys that I go on. So I've been hearing amazing things like it helps you get a flat tummy. It has 92 different vitamins and minerals in it that we need. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's good for your cholesterol. It's good for that time of the month. It's good for so many benefits for women. Anyways, it's supposed to help with pain. It's supposed to help if you have like lung issues, all kinds of things. So I ordered some. I took a dose last night and one this morning, and it gives you energy. I will say that. Mrs. M, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Mandrews, we have to be careful the older we get. Friend did deadlifts and now needs surgery. Oh my gosh, you're right, Mandrews, though. Sorry, I haven't been around a lot. I have a work project that's literally sucking the soul straight out of my body. Send me strength, Breezy. I'll send you all my stubbornness right now because I have a lot of it, and I swear sometimes it's the only reason I'm still alive and stuff like that is because of how stubborn I am. So I'm sending you all my stubbornness, my strength, and the part of me that never gives up. I'm sending all that to you, Mrs. M. And thank you so much for the super chat. Andrews, I'm very sorry to hear about your friend having surgery. Lori said, I'll second that. Sort out your EDASP if you could end up with 28 broken bones in 3 years. Wow. 28 broken bones. My God. If you go to a gym with strongman equipment, the yoke carries really strengthen the core. Okay, Grunge. Hey, Violet. Maybe that's what I need. And maybe I need a physical trainer, somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm willing to try it all. Anyway, so I'll let you guys know what the CMOS does. Now, somebody in my comment section who is, I forget exactly what they call themselves, but they do homeopathic type of and they're training to become some sort of a nurse practitioner for it. Anyways, I probably butchered all that, but if you're listening to me, just know that your title sounds way more cool than I just said. Anyways, they said that you're not supposed to do this long term, that your body does better on CMOS, like short periods of time. So I even marked in my calendar like 30 days of taking CMOS, and then I'm going to take like 30 days off, and I'll let you guys know how I feel. So far though, like it does give you energy. It does. All right, let's keep going. You don't need to use heavyweight either. I started taking CMOS in 2019. Really, Zen? Yeah, I wouldn't assume I could even lift that heavy. Like I'm technically not supposed to lift, what is it, over I forget now, 5 or 10 pounds with a spinal fusion. I do it anyways. Like it's really unrealistic considering the fact, like, I was a single mom for a long time, so do you know what I mean? It's not like I can't not lift things, if that makes sense, but I shouldn't probably be, like, trying to lift 50, 60 pounds, I do know that. Farah said, "Chantel, I'm Arabic." I still can't get over that. By the way, this stream is a lot of, like, random stuff included, okay? So we might be here for a minute. If somebody sees Foodie go live, feel free to keep, like, spamming it in the chat until I see it. Hey, Kathy, good morning. Naturopathic. There you go, Free the People. Holistic. I usually put the gel in the smoothies. See, and I know the gel is supposed to be even better than the capsules I got, but I can't do I for some reason the gel, I saw the gel and my head just tells me no. So if you can get past the texture and all that, I heard that some of it even tastes pretty damn good. So if you can get past that, I heard that it has even more benefits than the capsules. So, but yeah, my head just looks at the gel and how it wobbles and flobbles and gobbles. It moves a lot and it bothers me. But I don't think the ads that they put on Facebook was really helping because they would have it plopping and like making this certain sound in a jar. I don't know. It didn't help my mind, okay? Anyways, back to Foodie thinking she's Arabic. Farah said Chantal, saying I'm Arabic. Farah says, excuse me, what the F is happening? Holistic medicine. I keep getting runner's knee and glucosamine helps too. Really, grunge? Why former Mandrews, what was your favorite race? 10 pounds with the fusion. Thank you for the people. The mind body connection. Need to keep both well. I agree. I agree. I feel like as I'm working on my mental health and my body at the same time, you do feel better. You do. And they're both so important because truly, when you deal with pain too, this is how important you need to take this is how serious you need to take your mental health. I know when you struggle with pain and stuff like that, it can take over your whole life. Like it'll take over your mind, it'll take over everything. It really does. Like I could find myself falling into depression sometimes. I could because of the pain and because you don't want to tell people about how you're feeling because most of the time they oh, your back hurts again, oh, your head hurts again, your leg again. Like people get tired of hearing about it and then I don't know, a lot of people make you believe that you're making it all up or it's in your own head. I don't know how else to describe it, but you can seriously spiral. So, like, talk to somebody if you need to. I don't know who needs to hear this out there. Probably somebody. Talk to somebody if you need to. Know you're not alone. Know that us here, over here in the Breezy Bunch, like, we get it. A lot of us understand. Also, just know you never have to suffer alone, okay? And if you're ever truly struggling mental health wise, you can dial 988. I think you can text it. They even have a hotline. We can put it in the chat if one of my mods could. Just know you don't ever have to struggle alone, okay? Talk to somebody. The best thing I could say, well, there's two of the best things I've ever done for myself getting sober and getting into therapy and on medication. Like, I had something, I don't know, in my head, I told myself I shouldn't be on antidepressants, I shouldn't be on anxiety meds based on my history. But truly, I was suffering silently. I really was. And it wasn't a fun time. It really wasn't. So the best thing I did for myself was to say, hey, even though I'm sober, I need help again. I'm really anxious all the time. Like, I'm really sad because I hurt a lot. It was the best thing I could have done for myself. And I'm so much happier. Anyways, sorry. Sometimes we got off into like little journeys before we get to the actual foodie stuff. And today is probably going to be one of those days. With arthritis, I keep a lot to myself because daily asking how I'm doing my pain is repetitive. Happy they care, but try not to complain. I get that too. I'm always worried about talking about it because I'm like, well, I just told him my back hurt yesterday. I just told him my back hurt an hour ago. It's one of those things truly that we suffer silently and like we end up suffering even more truly because like nobody understands when we're short tempered or irritated because we haven't complained about our pain. It's like a whole thing. It is. But everybody who struggles right now, just please know you're not alone. And like, I do get it. I do. Hey, Kimberlina. I know kidney failure goes right along with diabetes if you don't control it. And that sounds terrifying to me. Back to Foodie thinking she's Arabic. These are all the comments. Mrs. Floopa Booty said she did not say that. She did. Ash said she's a language. Okay, Chantel, fucking idiot. Bear said for real. Chantal, I'm 360 pounds. Chantal, I have long hair that grew back. Same vibe. Bear said, yes, bet her pubes are longer than the hair on her bald head. Anyways, probably. I've seen her vag. I don't understand what goes on down there. She used to flash it all the time. It looks like a hairy chicken breast, but like there's just hair sporadically, like one here, and then another one like 6 inches down the way. It's just, I don't know. It's very weird. Anyways, Kristen said this is Foodie Beauty's latest version of how she and BB broke up. This is going to be a topic. By the way, Tia, I don't know if Tia's listening, sent me a video. I believe it's by Sansa. I believe I have it pulled up. And we need to watch it at some point. So please don't let me forget to show that to you because what Foodie says is happening in BB's life is not actually what's happening. I don't know. We'll get to it at some point. Let me make this bigger. I'll stop yapping for like 47 seconds.
He wasn't one to ever talk about his feelings, ever. So, even when we went to break up, I was like, can we talk about it? You know? And he just didn't really, he's like, there's nothing to talk about. If you want to leave me, leave me. And it's like, if I never left, like, if I never, he kind of just would, when I told him I wanted to break up, he was just like, okay. But if I didn't want to break up, I think we would just still be together, living the same kind of, like it's like he just doesn't have any feelings of his own. Like I don't like that.
Hmm.
He wasn't.
So actually, now seems like a good time to play this video really fast. We're gonna get back to Twitter, you guys. Don't worry. Um, so if you were watching that live, I can't remember if we saw it in real time or we did a recap, but she was talking as if BB was probably just sitting in the same spot, not doing anything because he's never moved on from Chantel. I don't know. That's the vibe I got from it, anyways. He's just so in love with her. She was the one that got away. She left him. Anyways, this is what he's doing now. I'm going to speed this up actually a little bit because I'm in a yappy mood today. And I'm just based on how much I want to yap, and I am yapping. I don't know that I could be here till 5 p.m. So we're going to speed it up a little bit. It's nothing against Sansa. Wait, is it showing?
In Foodie's latest
Yeah.
live stream yesterday, she brought up her ex-boyfriend Milan, better known as BB. When the chat asked more about him, she said that he's pretty much doing the same, but I'm not so sure. In this video, let's see what she has to say, go back and look at one of my videos, and a possible update from somebody else.
I think he's still single, still doing the same things. He's probably still on the same spot on the couch, but I left him all the furniture. No, he has no kids, nothing. Yeah, he'll send me messages like, my birthday or the beginning of Ramadan. He was in the chat not long ago, remember?
Did anybody confirm that was really BB that went into Foodie's chat, or was that somebody just pretending to be BB?
Those of you who weren't around back then, BB was the boyfriend Foodie lived with when she first started YouTube.
Hey Zen, hey Mare Bear, hi Middle of Nowhere, hey Boo, Sherry, hello, good to see you. Hey Jay, oh no, it thinks I said hi Siri. No, not you. I mean, hi Jay to you. I wasn't yapping at you. I was yapping at my phone because something just like, okay.
He was a very quiet man from Senegal, and he appeared in some of her videos. One thing we know for sure is that Foodie cheated on Pete's with BB, and then on BB with somebody else.
He wasn't one to ever talk about his feelings, ever. So even when we went to break up, I was like, can we talk about it? And
Lori, thank you so much for gifting 5 Breezy Bunch memberships. Mandrew's got one. Sherry Sweet Hummingbird got one. Kathy, Jay, congratulations. And Tundra Queen, I like your name. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much,
he
Lori.
just didn't really, he's like, there's nothing to talk about. If you want to leave me, leave me. And
But he left her, right? I wasn't around during that era, so he did for a fact leave her.
it's like, if I never left, like he kind of just would, when I told him I wanted to break up, he was just like, okay.
Now, you're going to have to take the breakup story with a grain of salt. It changes from time to time. Later on in the live stream, one of the audience members asked Foodie if it was true that BB now had children. They said that they had seen it as a comment somewhere under somebody else's video. What they're referring to was my recipe remix of BB's Mafe that I did earlier this month. Someone replied and
She broke BB's couch and he kicked her out. Mare Bear said, I was around. He totally broke up with her. She's rewriting history. Okay, look at this comment right here, though.
claimed to be the cousin of BB's current girlfriend, Issa. She said that they have a 1-year-old child and a second child on the way. She also said that when it comes to Chantal, BB said, I'm glad she's happy, but I don't care too much, and that he just wants to live his life. I replied to her comment and said, if this is true, please tell BB that I wish him all the best and congratulations. I also let her know that many of you say that you hope he's doing well. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think. Is BB finally getting his happy ending? I'd love to hear from you.
He hated being on camera. That's why, like, hey, kindness first, he looked so annoyed all the time. Because I would, like, beg him, He hated it.
It sounds like he's a family man now. I'm very happy for him. We should do a retro react, you guys. I didn't watch really any of the BB stuff because I feel like when I found out about Foodie Beauty, it was during the Natter era when like all the craziness was going on. So like I kind of jumped in it really fast and then it just all took off from there. So there wasn't really any time to really focus on BB because there was so much chaos with it, her ex. Shortly after she broke the couch, and Pete showed up in her hotel room, BB dumped her. BB was always too good for her. Pete's is her soulmate. No money, no control. Rainbow Road! Just like Amberlynn, making her partner be on camera when they don't want to. Some people just don't want to be on camera, and that's okay. Like, my partner, he isn't really like my boyfriend. I don't, well, boyfriend sounds so silly my age, so I say partner. I don't know. He isn't a big social media person. Like, he doesn't want to be all over it, and I get that. Some people respect their privacy. Foodie Beauty was showing everything, right? Like, and being disgusting. The clips I've seen, he just seemed very like quiet, respectful, um, just kind of like valued his peace. And then there was Foodie, like, chaotic, right? I could have that wrong. Ash Renee said he has no feelings of his own. Chantal, he has feelings. He cannot tell you those feelings because you flip out, cry, yell, and pout, and have never listened to them. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Foodie Beauty with my actual feelings. He probably had a lot of feelings. He just didn't trust her with them, right? And I get that. Anything you say to Foodie Beauty, she uses against you. PI said Foodie Beauty just admitted she knew her ex had sex videos of the woman that he stabbed. She knew he said he wished he had unalived her, and yet she stayed. She defended him. She gaslit her audience, calling us worse than him, when in fact she knew the entire time and chose to enable him. This isn't just hypocrisy, it's moral bankruptcy, PI says. All right, I'm going to make this clip bigger. Oh, wait, am I not sharing anymore? Where did you guys go? What's the last thing you saw? A Life of Lindsay. I still can't get completely used to social media. My sister hates it. She's the opposite of me. She hates Facebook, hates Twitter, hates all of it. Like, really, I feel like she just pays attention to what's going on. Where does she send me news articles from? Huffington Post, Washington Post, different things. But some people really don't like it. She's foul. Okay, did you see this? Okay, you heard the words I read to you, right? I don't know if you actually saw the tweet, but luckily I didn't play the video. I realized that I was the only one looking at this screen. We're moving up in the world, people.
And he still had videos of sex with her, the woman he stabbed and is now dead. God rest her soul. I'm like, why do you have video? And he would show me. And it's like, why are you showing me that? Why do you still have videos if you hate her so much? He said he wanted to unalive her. He said that like he stabbed her. And he said he still, like, he had those videos of her. He's sick. And so anyone defending that is beyond, you're more sick because you know. And he still had videos.
You knew, you stayed with him, you shoved him down our throats, actually, a community of a lot of women. Now there's more men in it now, which is really cool. Like, it's good to see all of you men out there. Hello. But I'm saying for a long time it was a majority of women, right? Anyways, she knew all of this stuff and stayed with him. She only had a problem with what he did when he got with Dee Dee, right? All right. I feel like you guys can't really see it. There we go. I don't know if that made it better or worse. Let me know. I want to look at these replies for a second. Ash said, "Oh my God, I didn't know the woman was dead." PI said, and Chantal knew she was dead and still stayed with a man who showed her sex videos. She's as bad as him. Worse because she's a woman. Fat Cow said, from the very first night. She knew from the very first night. Prairie said, and this is why we don't like her at all. Not her weight. If weight was the only thing no one would ever react to. But they react to her to inform the public just how sick and evil she is. Trash and Champagne said she let her ex show her corn with another woman who died and still stayed. Couldn't be me. The Goth said she's the one who defended him. She's the one who is sick. Foodie, you only had a problem with all of this because he dumped you. Same thing with, remember for a long time when you're like, Breezy was in Shani's chat. You only had a problem with Shani after she dumped you as a friend. Regina said, yep, she defended that. She knew what kind of person he was from day one. Yet still she chased the dick. Yuck. The green dick. Jay said, seriously, when is Lucifer coming for his pet pig? I don't think even Lucifer wants Foodie Beauty. I think if she ended up in hell, he'd send her right back. Anne said that would have had me running for the hills. So scary. She really is a sicko. Just Me said, is this something that is known about without Chantal as a source? As in, there's proof of it from an outside source, like court documents stating such? P.I. said, this is from Chantal. I haven't heard this before today, so I think this is a news story. Although it is known that her ex stabbed an ex, Daphne, and her cousin. She died later, unrelated to the stabbing. Orlando said, girl, why would you admit this? P.I. said, right? This is so vile and makes her look worse than we ever imagined. She would have to pay Lucifer 9K to take her. I don't think even Lucifer would want her, I'm telling you. That was pretty bad. Hey, Fashionable, how can she cheat on Salah if they're not in a real relationship? That part right there. Want to bet when she gets to Canada, she'll try to look BB up? Yep. That's why she's a cockroach. Hell refused delivery. That's why. God, I would love it if she had to come back every single life as a cockroach. Oh, this cracked me up. Just be warned about how loud this is. Tired AF said, Chantal, is that you, girl? I really think it is. Hold on. I mean, I don't even need to read the caption. Here we go. It's Foodie Beauty at the zoo. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's some good music for you. The Cars, just what I needed. Alkaline Trio, This Could Be Love. I love the music in this song. It's just so sexy. Do you guys like the starting line? Best of Me? Please search that song today and just enjoy. Paradise Pearl left YouTube, so I'm very sad about that. Busy Little Bee and who was it? Gaining Ground were convinced that Paradise Pearl was really garlic bread. And I know they had this whole hate campaign against her. Saw this clip even going around of Gigi saying he wanted somebody to strike Paradise Pearl to get her information. Um, and now she's done with YouTube, and that's sad. So I just want people to really think about who the problem is and how many people have to be chased off YouTube before you wake up. I just want to ask. And I just needed to point this out. I feel like at any given moment, I could check Busy Little Bee's Twitter, right? She was lying about somebody, harassing somebody else. But she would always say, at least weekly, that only bitches and pussies tweet behind locked accounts. Well, I would just like to show you her Twitter is now locked because apparently, I don't know, one of the people she's been harassing, I think her name is Journey, went through Busy's tweets and she had some anti-LGBTQ plus tweets on there. So Busy didn't like people looking at her Twitter and has now privated it. So I guess only bitches and pussies truly hide or tweet behind locked accounts, right? She's just the most miserable bitch. I'm sorry. I have nothing nice to say about this woman. I try to not stoop as low as her, but she's actually disgusting. And it seems like karma is finally here. Enjoy your day, Busy Little Bee. Enjoy your day. Paradise Pearl, if you're listening, please come back. Please come back. This is a video, basically a retro react dedicated entirely to Foodie Beauty chasing her ex. It's by Just Saying. Can a mod link Just Saying's channel if that's possible? It's on there. I think it's like 30 minutes long. Like we can try and come back and cover it. But I think everybody needs to see it, considering Foodie Beauty was sitting the other day trying to rewrite history, saying she left BB, she left her ex too, when we know what actually happened. Uh, this person tweeted, okay, let's see. Kelly said, I found this new guy on YouTube. He's 720 pounds on a health journey, and he drives and shops for himself. He said something interesting here, and I believe it because I see it in Foodie Beauty and ALR. His is at the end of the clip if interested in checking him out. So it's just a short clip. I want to hear what he has to say.
725 pounds. You're a master manipulator, a master liar. And, in order to get to that size, that's how you have to do it. You have to lie. And to get that obese, you have to lie really, really well. You have to break trust, surround yourself with people who kind of just validate whatever you're doing and say, oh, that's great, that's fine, right? Don't hold you accountable for anything. And you surround yourself with a lot of yes folks, a lot of folks who won't tell you how it is and won't argue with you, right?
I think we all need to subscribe to Sal. So his on YouTube is Journey with Sal. I thought that was really interesting because obviously people who get to that size have a food addiction, right? A lot of times, like obviously. And you always hear, like, you hear just going to meetings and stuff, like addicts and alcoholics are some of the smartest people. Seriously. If you think about it, we have to figure out where we can get our shit, how we're going to get it. We survive out on the streets. All kinds of stuff that most people wouldn't be able to figure out how to do, right? Like, anyways, we are master manipulators. When we want to get what we want to get, we are. Our whole thing is scheming and scamming so we could get our drug of choice, right? It, so I thought that was really interesting that he even said that. I'm subscribed to him. Are you, Zen? Boo, I don't like tornado storms. Scare me to death. Love rain, but not this. Be safe, everybody. I heard that a couple of the people in here were having horrible storms. Please be careful. Keep us updated. I know tornadoes scare me too. I know some people are like, how do you live in California with earthquakes? That's how I feel about like tornadoes and hurricanes. That just sounds terrifying to me. Um, so please be safe, everybody. This is exactly what has gone on with her. Kit the Possum said she has to lie to get the fat, and so did ALR. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of times just like I remember at one point in my addiction, I was always lying. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I need money for groceries. I need money. I was never fucking hungry. I wanted to drink, right? But you do what you have to do to get what you want. And that's what it is. And then at some point, my addiction got so bad I was stealing alcohol. Um, I'm not proud of any of this. I'm just saying how it goes. Libra Lie said, my expression every time the girls talk about health and nutrition and realizing they know nothing. Amberlynn Reed, she must be eating more than ever now, huh? I'm not even trying to be a bitch. It's like she's just officially given up. I feel like every time I see her and Foodie Beauty, like they just look more swollen. I'll take deadly animals everywhere over wacky weather conditions that will destroy my house any day. Old Wrinkly Wiener, is Old Wrinkly here? Hey, so agreed. I got up to 450 pounds, and my parents were the biggest enablers. They ignored my weight and never said a word about it. I wish they would have. I was way too coddled. I was once 400 plus pounds, and it's something I've had to deal with myself. It's not just your relationship with food, it's your relationship with others that needs repairing. I've paid my dues. That part right there, too. I'm so tired today. My puppy was awake all night with the storms. I'm so sorry, Kathy. Can you sneak in a nap today with the puppy? Old Wrinkly, my mother was the same. Hey, Poppy! But the other way around, I was super skinny, and when I got to a normal weight, my mother would warn by telling me I was getting fat. Cass said, I think addicts learn a lot because of the number and variety of people they end up speaking, listening to as well. True. They have given up. They don't care. I think they have too. The Rocky movie changed my life. I ordered Taco Bell for dinner tonight. I have half the food that Foodie orders for 3 people. What did you get? All right, here's Foodie eating, I don't even know what, but Hectoglama said this is one of her favorite games. So it's counting the fork stabs. I feel like I'm gonna be counting them now every time I have to see her eat. All right.
Matter of laziness for me. Responsibilities and things like that.
Oh, this is old.
At one point, wasn't just a matter of laziness for me.
She looks smaller here, and we know this is a while ago because the blue couch. Okay, how did this start? This is clearly a thread. Oh, because Raised Dactylian said, why does Chantel eat fries with a fork, but insists on eating everything else with her hands? It's so weird. That I've never really paid attention to that, but it's true. Huh. I think it's just easier to grab a bunch at once. Maybe she could just stab 10 fries on at one time. Anyways, Anxiety Titty said that's an overkill on those fries. It really is. This is when Foodie was high. During this stream, we could literally see, I don't know, remember if it was a recap or what we did. Were we there in real time? I don't know. But I felt like when I was watching it with you guys, whatever it was, we saw her in the moment like she was high and soaring. Then we saw when she needed more. Anyways, PI said when she thinks she's cute, tearing into a muffin, but even the blueberry tried to escape. Let me make this bigger.
Blueberry muffin. Let's see. Mmm. Very moist. A blueberry muffin.
I don't like it when she says the word moist. It makes me so uncomfortable. Draco said, I just don't get it. Does she actually think she's cute? She's 41. I get it. My wife and I act cutesy with each other too, but not in public like this. It's cringe. And when it's someone like Foodie Beauty, morbidly obese, and completely unself-aware, it's just worse. She actually thinks she's cute. She is high AF most of the time. Yeah. Well, we know Salah's sister is a pharmacy. I feel like Foodie has bragged enough times that you don't need a prescription for most things over there. So, I mean, your guess is as good as mine of what she's on, but I remember in addiction what pills I tried to snort, and all kinds of stuff. I went through a whole journey. I don't know. Sometimes I think the pill part was like worse. I don't know. It felt as bad, if not worse, than the coke and the alcohol. I don't know because it just felt so fucking dirty. Like the whole secret thing, the ritual of going to get different it just the whole thing felt fucking dirty. Anyways, I just know about my journey and all the things you figure out along the way, like what gives you the coke high, what makes you, or what's like a more of a downer to snort, what hurts more. It's just a whole thing. Anyways, I oftentimes feel like I know, but then I don't have any idea, I guess. Who knows, really, other than his sister. Maybe one day, well, no, his sister wouldn't end up incriminating herself. I was gonna say, maybe one day she'll do like a tell all on Rudy, but anyways, what is this? Atlas said, I actually don't think she's trying to be cute here. I think that was genuine food aggression. She didn't make any kind of giggle or smile, just tore into that muffin, that it insulted her mama and shoved it in her mouth. Chaos said, it's really disturbing. When she declared she couldn't get to that fair because she has to act like a baby, I almost shrieked, repulsive, dysfunctional, infantilism, and some truly creepy ick. Adamami said salad rarely around her, if not during payday. But for some reason she acts cute, which on her looks like an old orc, would make Salad fall in love with her. It's been 3 years. Did they mean orca? It's been 3 years. It's not working, Chartel. I just think at some point things stop being cute. And things stopped being cute for her a long time ago. It's not cute watching someone 900 pounds tear into a muffin. It's not cute watching a grown adult act like a 2-year-old. It's just not, in my opinion. Oh, here's the definition of begging. I know Foodie Beauty was asking for it the other day. Bad Seed posted it. Her eyelids have their own fupas. They do. And one of the fupas has a herpy now. Okay. Anyways, so Foodie was asking for the true meaning of begging. So here you go. Thank you, Bad Seed. Begging, also known in North America as panhandling, is the practice of imploring others to grant a favor, often a gift of money with little or no expectation of reciprocation. A person doing such is called a beggar or panhandler. Beggars may operate in public places such as transport routes, urban parks, and markets. And I did Google it. Begging is illegal in Kuwait, and that includes online begging. So I know she talks a lot about not having a criminal record and blah, 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 blah. She's doing criminal behavior right now, so she might have a record soon. So just to let you know, what she does online is very much considered illegal in Kuwait. Going online and begging for money could get her, I think, what did it say? Deported, fines, jail, all kinds of things. This is really scary. This is an Uncle Buck as Foodie Beauty. I don't know. Your mom, wait, your mom's emotional support care said so many of you said Uncle Buck that I had to. I really feel like somebody needs to do something with this. What? I don't know. But make something. And if you do, send it to me and we'll post it. Anyways, her chins are chinning. And this is only some of them. Good Lord. You know some lizards, how they have, what are they called? The dewlap? I don't know. Some lizards have this thing on their neck. I'm trying to remember if it's called a dewlap. But when they get mad or anything, it like flares up. That's what she looks like. I figured it was salad. She thinks if someone else does something that she's allowed to do it. Your Honor, yes, I killed someone, but others committed murder, so it doesn't count. I could totally see her saying that. A frilled lizard? Yeah, I think even the green lizards in Florida. What the hell are they called? Green anoles? I think they have them too. They do have them. I can't remember if it's called a dewlap though. Foodie needs to do laps. These card declines. I want to know why Foodie has been begging so much and so hard. They're trying to get to Canada and other reasons. Drug addictions are expensive. Like, she must have to pay for her prescriptions, right? Whether they're prescribed or not. Like, she has to pay for some of them, I'm sure. I remember because too, like when I did the whole, I don't know how people didn't catch on to me sooner, but I did the whole, oh, my prescription bottle fell in the toilet. Oh, they accidentally got thrown away. And then at some point you have to pay for these prescriptions. Like at some point, even if you have insurance, it's not covering it if you're getting it before like the 30 days before it's up, if that makes sense. Anyways, she probably is paying for all her addictions. Food addiction, we see how much she eats. It doesn't matter if the meal is only $6 when she's eating 20 times a day, all or throughout the day sometimes. I truly think the only time she doesn't eat is when she's asleep. And she probably doesn't even stay asleep that long because she wants to wake up and eat again. So that all adds up. And whatever it is Salah does, because you can't tell me that man doesn't have addictions. He has aged so much in a matter of what, 2.5 years, 3 years? We'll have to, I think I have pictures of him eventually. Can anybody let me know what this is before I read this next tweet on Foodie Beauty? So my mom and I noticed it when we were driving yesterday. It's at the top of the mountain. Now I want to believe it's like a UFO, but clearly it's not. So it's a building or something. I don't know. What is this? Anybody who knows, let me. Have you ever seen it there before?
Never noticed it.
What is it? Somebody posted about it on Facebook too. And they're like, I keep seeing this light and I never noticed it before. So I feel like it just popped up. What is it? What is it? It's going to drive me insane. And I was hoping if I randomly posted on Twitter, somebody would know. But as you can see, nobody knows. Observatories can be there. Well, there is an observatory, but it's much bigger and farther out. I don't think that's an observatory. Well, I mean, maybe. Lost hiker signaling with a mirror. Oh no, and we're all just hoping somebody knows. What if they've been up there for weeks? Oh shit. Well, if you're missing somebody, I think this was right around Santa Anita Avenue. Fuck, well now I'm gonna be worried that somebody's up there starving to death. Have you ever seen it there before?
Never noticed it.
Huh, alright. Time to surrender to our intergalactic overlords. Please, God, let it happen. I want an alien to come get me. I have been waiting 42 years. Everybody else gets to be abducted and have these stories. Where is my call to Art Bell where I was abducted? I don't get to have that. Why did they skip me? Probably because I talk too much. Anyways, Dee Dee's Fault said, since Cutie is no longer watching reaction channels, she might find time to look into that eye fupa. So we're just going to zoom in on the eyes. I say eye because there's just one that you focus on more than the other. Foodie and her one eye. So I think people have been saying when you let your diabetes get out of control, it eventually can lead to eye problems, right? Were you guys calling it diabetic retinopathy? I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. She doesn't care until one day she's wakes up and she can't see. Like, she probably doesn't sit and think how terrifying that would be, right? One day you could see all the colors, you could see your partner's face, the butterflies flying, and then one day you can't. Like, that must be so scary. But she doesn't think about that. Jenny from HR, I would be more concerned with the temple divots. What is going on with that? It looks like a giant picked her up by the head and squeezed her really hard. Is it good if your temples are collapsing? It casts a shadow? I don't know. It looks like a crater. Huge. Ooh, a telescope is good. Oh, maybe it is. I do have a telescope. I can look. Oh my God, I do. I just have no idea where it is. When she moves back to Canada, her government health coverage won't kick in for usually 3 months, so she will still have to pay for the first 3 months unless she lies to them and says she's never left. Oh, I'm really far behind. Even people with good diabetic control can experience diabetic retinopathy. It's the fat. Her cheeks are so fat. The whites of her eyes are foggy looking. Well, that's because she's under the influence of something. Like, one thing I love about being in sobriety, well, there's a lot of things I love, but you don't realize how fucked up your eyes looked before until you get some time sober. Like, my eyes are so white and clear now, and I love looking at them. Like, that sounds creepy, but before, like, my eyes were always so foggy and glassy and bloodshot. Like, it didn't look normal. Anyways, it reminds me of how she looks. Which is why I don't think she's over there completely sober, right? I'm never gonna buy it. Again, more proof. Foodie Beauty did not break up with her ex. I think she went into, I can't remember if it was Dee Dee's live stream, her ex's live stream. Either way, they were live streaming, and Foodie Beauty went into the chat and said, "You stole my fucking man! I have a right to call you what I want." And Salt and Sauce said, "But she totally dumped him and left him, guys." Does that sound like a woman who left somebody? Sounds like a woman scorned to me. You know how she told us that she drove away and never looked back? She had a threesome with Dee Dee to try and keep him. Anyways, let's look at these replies. Like the Seven Dust song called Denial. She stalked BB for months after he dumped her. Yikes. Fondue Spite Bitch said, "I love how screenshots can never lie." Ready, Set, We said, "What in the world did I miss?" Salt and Sauce said, "Chin's rewriting history, claiming she left Donkey Mouth." Christina said, "Imagine typing this out in a public chat. Mortifying." Rojo said, "What happened to never talking about him or the reaction channels again?" She even brought up Yaba and Code. Unfairly, I might add. Okie Doll said she's so embarrassing. The whole thing was so bizarre. It was giving her and Salah were fighting. Who sits there and goes on and on about all their exes with their husband, boyfriend, partner in the next room? Like, even if you're not a jealous person, who enjoys hearing about somebody's exes for like an hour, right? Either he doesn't care about her or they were fighting. That's just how it is. Dobu Poo said, "He also eats, sleeps, and breathes. Wow, such a hard worker. I bet he even, dare I say, sends out emails." It's because this is what Salah says he does. "I do strategic thinking and planning, communications and relationship building, leadership, I can't say adaptability, and financial management." So we know he copy and pasted that. He asked, "What do people who own their own businesses typically do throughout the day?" Or what do bosses do? And that's what they told him. So he copy and pasted it. He doesn't enter anything. He doesn't build anything. He sleeps all day, from what Foodie Beauty says, and games. Eyelash said, "No, not photoshopped," and her totally not swollen weird eyes. This one's about to pop out. It is. And I don't know why she's not concerned. This whole side of her face, something is happening, right? This isn't normal. Yikes, I don't like seeing up her nose very much. He asked Chat GPT. In the latest Alabama Chopsticks video, she edited him in the background dancing, but edited his head out of frame. He can't touch her video. I retweeted a clip by her. I'm wondering if it's the same one. Matt said, "And thanks to the threesome, we now know that Dee Dee has a gray box." We do. Yay. Some of the things we know we should really be in therapy for. More of this Uber stuff. Oh God, this was horrible. So Nick Snyder, and Dustin, I guess, ordered Uber Eats, and the delivery driver dropped it off. Like, well, they didn't even drop it off. They placed the package down, the food down, snapped a picture of it, and then walked away with the food. And so Nick and Dustin got this on camera, right? Uber Eats has been arguing with them. They posted a clip publicly saying, "You can clearly see your driver walk away with the food. He said he marked it as delivered, but walked away with it. You could see on the cameras." And then Uber Eats responds doxing an address. And they said, "It says we left your package at da 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 something Boulevard, wherever, wherever." Um, and that was really insane because what business doxes their paying customers? And then fights with them on Twitter over it. So it's been a whole thing. I know Nick is filing reports. And Nick said it took Uber support almost 48 hours to remove a tweet that doxed an address that caused significant spikes of searches for that address on Google Trends. He says that he messaged Uber support and at 9:19 p.m. on May 13th, 2025, asking to have the tweet removed. It was ignored. Repost to correct date. That's insane. Uber Eats robbed them. Yeah, they're horrible. Just be careful if you order through them because they will dox you. So the driver can walk off with your food. They're not refunding you and they're going to dox you. It doesn't seem safe. So I know I will not be spending money with them. Do you guys like this song by Four Non Blondes? What's up? I feel like it's one of those morning songs. You kind of just have to play it in the morning and the longer the song goes on, the more you wake up, right? I don't know, it's how it goes. Tat Von B said, "Foodie Beauty, the culture vulture. Who thinks because she's cosplaying a Muslim, she must be as exotic as a beautiful Middle Eastern woman?" And then she said LMAO, and then posted this clip.
What is a culture vulture? Hi, I'm Jessica and I explain TikTok slang. A culture vulture is typically somebody who's not a person of color. These people will take certain characteristics or traits from different ethnic or cultural groups. They're going to ingrain this into their own brand or online identity. And it's typically because that characteristic is popular or on trend at the moment. Essentially, it's inauthentic to who they are. Adding the word vulture to it does give it a more predatory and exploitative feel, and it's used to call out a person who exploits different cultures and ethnicities to give themselves more leverage in their own career. Typically, these people grew up with a lot of privilege and around very minimal or cultural diversity. Comment your favorite culture vulture.
Foodie Beauty. And then Acadia Strong said, "Totally her." That is not her. I mean, it is, but come on, Foodie. I guess she found the TikTok filters. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. So, Enigma said, "Julia, look at Chantel. LOL, she hates her." Okay, let's try and make this bigger. Hold on, you guys.
Sorry.
Okay, if you're on YouTube, you can zoom in. You might have to get rid of the chat. I don't know. I haven't done it that way in a while. But you can zoom in to see Julia looking at her. She does hate her.
I can't do his laugh. I mean,
Okay, question. Would that bad baby be considered a culture vulture? Because I feel like when we saw her doing the Catch Me Outside, she looked one way. And then if you see her now, I don't, she looks like a whole,
sorry.
hey Joe, Nightmare. Hey Night Owl, good to see you. Two-ton Maleficent.
I can't do his laugh.
She is odd.
Did I scare you? I'm sorry.
Okay, let's keep going. Do-do-do-do-do. Anyways, Julia hates her just like the rest of us, and every time I see Julia, I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for her to make her great escape. Okay, this woman is so bizarre. Anyways, do you guys like this song, Interstate Love Song by STP? I do. All right, let's keep going. This woman is very weird, and I might have to tell you all about her in like a minute or less if you don't know who she is. There's this account that follows what she does very specifically. So what I do know is we all thought she was trolling Chantal. Like she started out, I think, in Foodie Beauty's chat, and then suddenly she was also gonna marry a romance scammer. She was in Australia, and I think she lives in Egypt now, and she's now also wearing a hijab. Um, actually, really fast. I'm just gonna take you guys really fast there. Where's my bookmarks? It's so bizarre. The whole thing actually creeps me out. I don't know how to say it any nicer than that. Um, didn't she? Yes, she did. So we all thought she was trolling her because she was doing things just like Foodie Beauty was. Like she too moved to a foreign country to marry some guy that she hadn't met before off a dating app. Um, anyway, so her name is Miriam Harbawi. Julie does recap. So if you're on Twitter and you want to do like a deep dive and one day you just have time, you can find out everything on Julie's account, okay? So just it's at Julie YouTube, so YT. Manic episodes and hexing people. Also, they are once again a happy couple. Okay, that also doesn't look like her, but we're just going to go with it. Julie said April 29th makes a random post about a Facebook support group for women experiencing DV or isolation. Yeah, it says, hi, besties, ladies only. If you're experiencing DV isolation or generally in need of friends or an online social interaction, or maybe you're a bestie who likes to support other women in friendship and positivity, feel free to join my new Facebook page, Besties Women Only. Oh, let me make this bigger. There. Hey, Bunny. Dippy Dippy. Hey, Beth. Yeah. Um, April 30th post video, welcome to my dark side. Apparently some woman who she's never met in person, but she sent gifts to, someone who watches her channel and lives in the same town in Egypt, put a hex on Miriam. Her tarot cards told her so. And now she's going after this woman through whatever power she thinks she has. She said she's such a weirdo. April 30th, ladies only health update. She was feeling sick and dizzy and had her period 3 times in a month. She's perimenopause, but in denial. She went to a female doctor who spoke mostly with her husband, I guess, because it's an Islamic country. The doctor first and mostly addresses her husband. The way I would be so fucking annoyed. Why are you going to talk to a man about my body? I'm sorry, like when he starts having periods, then you can discuss it with him. That's so, anyways, mostly addresses a husband. I don't know about that, especially not about women's issues. Exactly. She did an ultrasound and said Miriam's endometrial lining had become too thick and was causing her issues. She prescribed to her Savvy Bleed and tamoxifen as her estrogen was too high. Well, this is far more than I wanted to know about this woman. The drama. Apparently, the husband went out for the night and caused Miriam to have a bipolar episode where she was hallucinating. She was dizzy and feeling faint, thought she might freak out or do something crazy, so she had to call her emergency person, who is her 21-year-old daughter in Australia, for moral support. I think she was just super jealous and insecure. She said Whale has talked to other women in the past also. What does she expect in the Middle East? Yeah, the way I could not live there. I have too many opinions. I may not have a lot of hair, but it's gonna flow in the fucking wind, I'll tell you, all 3 strands of it. The way I don't need a doctor telling a man about my body. But again, different strokes for different folks, I guess. I would end up, something horrible would happen to me. I'd be in jail or something because I can't keep my mouth shut. All right, Julie said, who is her 21-year-old daughter in Australia for moral support? That's who she calls for emergency person. I think she was just super jealous and insecure. She said, Whale has talked to other women in the past. Julie said, I think her daughter would have a hard run growing up and would have had to take the parent role way too often, just my opinion. Okay, it's a whole lot of things, but this is their place where they live. There's like broken glass on the windows. She left Australia for this man. Just FYI. There's the front door with a meter. You have to prepay for electricity box. I'm not gonna like make fun of any of this stuff because it's just cruel and unnecessary. Like obviously, this is poverty, right? Julie said more broken glass on the door to their bedroom. Wait till you see this man, though. Like, maybe if you're thinking right now, oh, this is cute. Maybe she did this for love. Can I just show you the man? He's going to pop up in a little bit. Well, the bed frame looks nice. I mean, they don't make bed frames like that anymore. They're well made. Remember our bed frames in like, I don't know. I just remember specifically, I feel like the 80s and the 90s, like everything was so nicely built. And now nothing is. It's hard to find things made, I guess, with solid, good wood and like, I don't know. Anyways, Julie said this is the living room, men's room. They are currently eating in here and cooking in here on electric stovetop. Again, Boo, that's a great point, and I completely agree with you. Foodie can keep trying to convince us how great Kuwait is, but she's really trying to convince herself. I'd never give up my freedom. Same. Same. All right, so this is more of their place. Hold on. I'm going to get to this man in a minute. This will be the women's only room. Okay, I'm glad she gets a room too. Room with a bunch of stuff will eventually be their home gym. Okay. I guess she doesn't like to do laundry like Foodie. Bathroom. Would you leave what you have right now or your kids to go to this? Like, I know she has adult children, but this is the kitchen and laundry sink combined. She washes dishes in here, and it will also be the hand washing sink. Oh my gosh, she's going to hand wash her clothes in the same sink as her dishes. Because she doesn't have a washing machine, they also don't have a fridge. This is the only counter space in the kitchen. Okay. May 12th, post a video titled New House Items, which include a new kettle whale bought, which they cannot use as their electric stove just broke. Oh, good lord. I wouldn't, but that's just me. Yeah. New house items, which include a kettle whale just bought, but they can't use it because the stove, a dusty old fan, TV and cabinet he got from somewhere, and an old ashtray in the shape of a turtle that Miriam has named Bob. Oh, he's cute. He looks like a Bob. Uh, Also an old broken mirror Whale got from somewhere. Miriam was glad though because she needed to shave her face. What? Okay. Well, as long as she could see to shave her face, that's all that matters. Where is the man? I know he was in here somewhere. Oh gosh, am I gonna have to go on her page? You guys, I might have to find you this man. We might have to go on a journey on Julie's Twitter for a second, but I promise I'll finish Foodie Beauty's reaction. I promise. I want to show you guys this man. We're gonna have to go on a journey. I'll know him when I see him. Oh God. Well, hopefully I skipped past that fast enough. Um, if you saw it, you saw it. All right, hold on. Just entertain yourselves for a second. If I get distracted, it's all over. Where is this man? Do. I swear. Oh, there he is. How do these men always cheat? I'm dying to know. I don't believe this guy is only 49, do you? Also, for the record, Miriam says this is not, this man is 49, like 10 years ago. Miriam says she's turning 44 in July. Yeah, Hubba Hubba is right. Well, if she's happy, I do know they break up a lot. Miriam, I've been so worried about you. Please tell me you and Whale are back together. Love you. Yes, we definitely reconciled. Everything is good. Okay, well, you can have him. I don't know. Let's just get off this thread now. I've had enough. I just needed you to see this man. How does he cheat? With what? A hole in the wall? He seems creepy. I agree. Oh my god, some stuff needs to be dusted off pretty bad. Yeah. Yes, I agree. All right, I don't remember where we were, so we're just going to start at the top of Twitter and go down. That's what we're going to do. I don't really think it matters if it's in order today. It's just a variety of things. But this might terrify you, so I need to make this bigger. This is Amberlynn Reed as a Chucky doll. Is that not terrifying? Do you want to play choosy? No, I do not. Whew, I have goosebumps. Ember said this TikTok creator, Pepperjack63, is creating an Amberlynn Reed horror story line. So I created Ambi as a Chucky doll. As always, link in bio. That's absolutely terrifying. More terrifying than the original Chucky doll. I right? I said, funny how Foodie Beauty's fake husband Slop pulls a disappearing act the further we get from payday. But don't worry. Once the Chuck clears, he'll be back playing Crazy Frog on the keyboard like nothing happened and calling her Habibi with all the passion of a hostage video. He looks insane. Oh my god. He has the biggest ears I've ever seen in my life. I can't even be nice about it. I wouldn't go out if I looked like him. She looks like she just let him out of a cage, does she not? Even Highlight said, why does he look deranged? He looks like he's plotting our death. Miss T said, handsomest man, think not, soft and stunted. Yeah. Picture this running at you at night. Oh my god. Ew. How old do we think Salah really is? I just know he's not in his 30s. I don't think he is. Sometimes I swear he looks older than me. This is Foodie's eye. Well, this is just Foodie, but I don't know. Her eye is really bad. So are her teeth, though. Somebody told me that her two front teeth look like two chicken breasts, and now I can't unsee it. I see the chicken breast. Do you? Mixed between Lurch and Eddie Munster. Eddie Munster got a crack addiction. It's Eddie Munster addicted to crack and corn at like 50. That's him. Anyways, okay, I'll say it. Emperor said, I think maybe, and that's a big maybe. Our girly pops might not hit their goal weights this year. Not trying to be a negative Nelly, but it seems like they're a little off track. I mean, I would say so. Shenanigans said Chantel's constant mention of wanting to have peace being on her own and her nonchalant attitude about the possible ending of her marriage is definitely not indicative of a healthy marriage. It just tells us you're going back to Canada because you don't respect Salah and you're bored. We know. Cats for Nelson, hey! The Egyptian Miriam's husband looks like an uglier Jafar. He does, though. He does. I don't know, he looks mean. I don't know how else to say. He just looks mean. I just got bad vibes. Freya's cat said, girl, you gotta have that, or you gotta give that shirt a break. It has had it. It's time to size up. Yeah, it's screaming for help. Yikes. That slit, it's just gonna start tearing up the whole side of her. She wears very ill-fitting clothes. All of them are too small now, and she thinks she's hiding things. We can see every roll. What is the point of covering your hair when I could see exactly how many back fat rolls you have? I can also see your hip, or what used to be a hip. I could also see the side of your fupa. Like, what exactly about this is modest? Oftentimes, too, remember when she would go out all the time and do those couple vlogs, and she'd wear those black pants and sit with her legs open? You can see through those black pants. You can. And we could see the fupa folds, we could see all of it, but she's gotta cover her hair. Here's a clip from Alabama Chapstick, Ode to a Foodie Beauty Beezer. Okay, we gotta make this bigger. And then, Erin, will you please do the honor of sharing her channel for us? Right, I'm gonna mute me because
Now I'd like to sing you a little bitty song about a woman who commented on my shit last night, and when I went to check her page, her husband was doing the knuckle shuffle with himself. Here it is. Hope you love it. She put me to I love lesson told with a tone like butter on a burning wall. I clicked her name and Lord, I swear, what I saw gave my soul a scare. I saw her husband mashed potato, his corny dog, in a video fog, wearing just a clog. Oh, girl, your channel's full of naughty stuff. I laughed so hard then I seen enough. I'm Alabama Chapstick, and this is Tater Bell. Ooh, so nasty. Now
that was so cute. Oh, that was fun. I'm glad I used sunscreen today. Thanks, Erin. If she and Salah were on the lease, they could have a landlord fix the stove. They're probably one of them isn't on the lease. One of them. It's weird how she always has to whisper when random people come to the door, but then it was also weird the other day he was supposedly there and he didn't go out and get the food. Didn't she go out and get it? One of them isn't on it. No Braino said Foodie Beauty is acting like she's a mile into a hot girl walk. Thank you, Alabama Chapstick, if you're listening, by the way. Foodie Beauty is acting like she's a mile into a hot girl walk. And now she's taking a breather to hydrate and admire the scenery. Look, a garbage. Girl, let's not pretend that you aren't actually just taking a break from the arduous 3-minute trek between stores.
There's a garbage. We're saying garbage. There's a one. Oh, simple thing. Or have you done?
Did she seriously have a stroke? There's a garbage? And then she said, there's a one?
There's a garbage. We're saying garbage. There's a one. Oh, simple thing. Or have you done?
I too love to sit by the dumpsters and admire the trash in them. Sounds like a good time. Here's Shenanigans picture of Amberlynn. Amberlynn when she's live streaming. Me, 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 me. Well, there she is. Probably pantsless. Eyelash said, I'd rather sleep locked in an abandoned haunted prison filled with rabid rats than this.
Would you guys want to sleep over after I had a tub of French onion dip? Okay, take your pick. Sleep in a haunted house? Or sleep in my room after I had French onion dip?
I am gonna electric slide with the ghost. I'm gonna take my chances on the ghost. Cats for Nelson! Thank you so much for the super chat. Hello, by the way. How are the kitties doing? Oh my god, it looks like Chachi. Chachi, that's you! That's Amber. She admits she doesn't wear pants when home. I do not want that mental image. Especially, like, you don't know if she's wiped good enough on that sink with the washcloth, and she's just going around with her ass on everything. It just sounds like a bad idea. Quartz 420 said, remember when Chantal flashed a wad of cash? Hold on. I kind of want to see what people say they'd rather do than Spend a night with Chantal after French onion dip. Yes, please make that a self too. I'll bring the cheese. Deb says, does she ever brush her teeth? They look so furry. No, there's no way. Your teeth turn brown because you're not brushing them, you're not flossing them. All that plaque, food, all that stuff. No, she's not brushing them. Your teeth should not look fuzzy. They shouldn't. Nolan Boyd said, I would rather grow a dick and slam it in a drawer. Ouch. Oh my God. Regina Stacy said, it's interesting how high she looks after she sucks on that shisha. There's no way I'm going to be convinced that that's just tobacco. I don't think it's just tobacco. Pork and Morgan said, I'd rather go to sleep with the pigs at the local hog ranch. This person said, I hate the new laugh she does. The noise she makes with her throat is irritating. Does she think it's cute? Yes. Double said, why is she like this? She's a total waste of oxygen. Chantal, do yourself a favor and pick a box or bag and get it over with. Ah, I kind of liked that. Okay, Quartz 420 said, remember when Chantal flashed a wad of cash and was enticing the crackhead with all that disposable income? Remember she holed up in a hotel room in Montreal for 3 days and he didn't show? Remember when all he had to do was fake love her? I remember, but she wants us to forget about it. That's easy. Hey, Tom. That's easy. Ghosts don't exist, but her stench is real. There are proof and witnesses to back that up. Hey, Goblin Gang. Yeah, Aaron agreed. I just think that her legs are the big variable. Hold on. Oh no, Mandy! It didn't show up. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's doing that, but I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you. Um, PI said, question, has Foodie Beauty ever shared with us that Nader showed her sex videos of him with his ex that he stabbed? Because this sounds like new information to me. Now, I remember going into the replies, and everybody was saying that they had never heard this story before. Ray's Octillion said, I recall her saying he kept nudes of his exes on his phone to hold over them. I don't specifically remember her talking about the video. She did warn Dee Dee that he likes to film the act without his partner knowing he's filming. PI said, yep, I'm not surprised by this, but she never outright told us he showed her these videos. Just when I think I can't think less of her. Buttered Crumpet said, it's new information. And I'll be interested what he does with it, because they're striking other channels and never ever the one who told everyone about it originally. Why is that? He goes after every channel, but never Foodie Beauty, who spreads this information. Julie said, I've never heard it. I think she kept it a secret because she knew it makes her look dumb and desperate. But we all know Chantal letting things slip eventually. Amanda said, I don't remember her saying that at all. I remember seeing that he had pictures of other girls, nudes. The lady that he did stab and she passed away, not because of him, but other reasons. And it happened not that long after he was convicted. DeGaulle said, I've never seen anybody on Twitter or reactors talking about it. If she had said it, somebody would have been bringing it up all along. That's true. So it's new. So who knows with her what the truth is, to be honest. She lies a lot and she changes stories to fit her narrative. But if she knew about those pictures and stayed with him anyways, she's disgusting. She is. At least I can carry, you said. Didn't she cheat on Pete's with BB? So this is when Foodie Beauty had hair. Oh my gosh.
This was about the time when I had just broken up with Pete. We were separating, and I was like kind of in my going out and being a hoe stage. I didn't meet BB yet. This was before meeting BB, right before meeting BB. This was about the time when I had just broken up with Pete. We were separating, and I was like kind of in my going out and being a hoe stage. I didn't meet BB yet. This was before meeting BB, right before meeting BB. This was about the time.
Anyway, she's a hoe. She lies. That's what we know. Talbombi said, Buffalo's last stream was a bit of an eye-opener for me. Not only because Salah wasn't there after payday, but the way she bragged about all her exes and men. To me, it's obvious that Buffalo was trying to make Salah jealous by bragging about how she was a cheater, how all men wanted her, and how she's left every single man. A woman who is secure in her sensuality and sexuality and knows she can attract people would never brag. It's tacky. It's not a flex. It's like TikTokers, Instagrammers who pretend to be wealthy but are broke. A woman who is a hot commodity never brags about the men or women she can bang. It's just not what happens. Buffalo sitting there on that stream just reminded me of the days of her ex. I don't think she's ever really had a guy chase her, because if she did, the stories wouldn't seem so pathetic. It's like she's had generic experiences. Real stories have layers, individuality, passion. Hers are just nothing. Anyways, Rose Thorne has been putting out some good retro reacts. Go watch, she says. All right, we're going to watch a clip from Rose Thorne.
Andres, oh my god. He doesn't know like anything about me.
He doesn't know anything about her, and yet she's already fallen head over heels in love. Anybody see a problem with that? He probably had no idea that she was in love with him. I mean, he just met up with her. Maybe they did make out. Maybe there was some, slight hanky-panky going on. But slight hanky-panky does not mean he's madly in love with you. He's not committed to you. And yet you're talking like you guys are already committed and you're about ready to walk down the aisle.
I mean, someday I'm going to tell, like, maybe one day he'll want to go. Like, imagine, can you come on live stream with me?
So I just did a retro react before this one. Anybody seeing the pattern? Every guy that she talks to, it's not just about, I want an offline private relationship. I want an offline private love just for me, just for myself. No, if you are around Foodie, she's going to make everything public.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's for several reasons. Reason number one, because by putting said man online, she can brag about quote unquote relationship. Number two, I also feel it was for the purpose of control. By introducing said man to her audience and putting his face on camera, introducing him to an audience, that was a way for her to manipulate and to control. Because if said man ticked her off, really ticked her off, if after his introduction, let's just say they got into an argument and he said no to her, she would take it out on him on YouTube.
Yeah.
She would turn that man into content. She would put him down. She would
Kat said Amber too, yeah.
insult him. She might
Be kind. I don't know if you heard me. Thank you, but I appreciate you. I don't know why it didn't show up, but I love you. Thank you so much.
make up lies about him. So she didn't really want a regular relationship. She wanted a relationship.
I don't know. I'll tell you, it is so damn amazing being with a man who doesn't want to be a YouTuber or on social media. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Anyways, I heard apparently Rose Thorne is doing really good retro reacts, so please go check her out. I think I'm going to as well. Girl World comment said Salah's gone until next payday. The physical contact and the pool was too much for him. He looked terrified. Oh my God, look at this profile picture. I'm scared to make it bigger, but just zoom in if you want to. He looked terrified. I don't know what she was doing under the water, but he was making a face where he didn't enjoy it very much. Michael Furberger posted this. Terrible said, "What do you call this haircut?" He said, "Pete's." It does remind me of Pete's. What is that haircut, though? It's like if Donald Duck turned punk rock? I don't know. Tracy said, "But you are a desperate loser. Just not the little one, like you say. You found out he stabbed his ex pretty early on, if I'm correct, and chose to dox and allow him to harass the person who told you. We have eyes. We saw you chase him, ma'am." And Kristen said, "Blocking viewers and calling them the R word while trying to insist she did not chase her ex."
Bye, so weird. Exactly, Carolina. right? And yeah, of course, like I was hooked, like I was in it. Like you don't like, are you like, you people are seriously, I'm sorry, but you're retarded if you think that he didn't fucking off camera say things like love bombing constantly. I love you. I'm not seeing anyone else. Like the lies, the lies, the lies. I want to be with only you. I want to see you every day. Blah, 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 blah. And then, like, obviously you're going to be hooked, spending so much time together. The first night, feeding me this whole story of his life and just making me feel bad for him. The lies were, he's a pathological liar. And then whenever they mess with you emotionally,
I want to know if a man told you that he stabbed his ex and she later passed away. Why would you think you'd be any different? Oh, he's changed now that I'm with him. Foodie, you're a fucking idiot.
can leave you confused and wanting, like, you want validation from them. So the chasing you're talking about, making it look like I'm a desperate little loser, it doesn't, like, it's so crazy, the victim shaming. You people are fucking sick.
We saw her in real time press charges against Natter because he got with Dee Dee and didn't want to be with her. Be kind. She uses the R word naturally, and it's disgusting. I agree with you. Thank you for the super chat, beautiful.
Goodbye, mouse cheese.
Stella, hey.
I don't want any people clutching their pearls over the R word. Get out of here. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Jekyll and Hyde personality, exactly. They make it sound like I was chasing him and he wasn't giving me anything.
You were stalking him. You were looking in his windows. You were driving over there after he told you to go away and to stop calling him, and he didn't want to see you.
Like, get out of here. Maybe not on camera.
You had a threesome with somebody to try and get him back.
A lot of the time, because he was trying to make, like, obviously, because I was outing everything. He would look like an idiot. I was called, like, I would go online and call him an abuser, make fun of him, gonorrhea, this and that. You think he's going to come online? Like, people are dumb. I know. Blaming the victim is like, they're so stupid. And it's like, even if I was chasing him, doesn't give him the right to be abusive. So what does that even matter?
But at what point do you become a willing participant when you're driving to him? And you're driving to him every single time, right? He gave you STDs. That's what you say anyways. The gonorrhea, trick, herpes, and, like, you still chose to sleep with him. At what point are you no longer a victim? Like, you're choosing to go to him, right?
You focus on that. Me going to his house once, looking in the window. Well,
That's not fucking normal behavior. Do you get that? If somebody tells you, I don't want to see you, it's not normal to then drive over there and peer into their windows, no matter who it is.
That as the main focus, not what he did. You people are abuser sympathizers, and you're disgusting. Yeah, I'm not calling anyone with a disability the R word. So
We don't like her. Again, as like her weight, honestly, the only reason we bring it up is because she started calling all of us fatter than her. Her weight isn't the problem, it's all of her. Like, she's just evil and rotten to the core. She is. Cowboy Dog said, fascinating to me how Chantal keeps saying, if it turns out to be something like that, oh well, I'll move on about Slaw being a long con scammer. Anyone who 100% trusts and knows their partner would never even utter a sentence like this. He's a stranger. Yeah, it's weird that she says it. If it turns out to be he's a scammer, oh well. Tell me you don't know him. This is funny. Tired AF said, everywhere. I'll walk myself out. Let's see what this clip is. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's sorry. The rewriting of history is crazy. Stella, I miss those days. She's still a mess. She's a boring mess now. At one point in time, we knew we can log on at any moment and it was going to be insane. Like she'd be up to something, spiraling, I don't know, on a fast food tour, rolling down a hill, bouncing on a purple ball. Now we get nothing. We get trash in a parking lot in Kuwait. Your mom's emotional support carrot said, if on a first date, a man showed you sex tapes of his ex while describing that what he did to them, he stabbed them to death, would you date him again? Bring him to YouTube and give him a platform when a high percentage of your subs were women, and then chase after him if you were abusive. So they did a poll. Everybody chose absolutely not. There was 47 votes. So, and then they said, Girl World knows the truth. Exactly. Oh, this person, I didn't retweet to make fun of them. I was honestly impressed that all that can move like the ocean. And then I was like, wow, she does much more than, like, she did so much more than Foodie Beauty here than I've seen Foodie do in like 7 years. So, anyways, hey, girl, hey, said a little inspiration for Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn Reed. Look at it, like flaps. She moves so much more than Foodie Beauty.
A new birthday outfit?
That's a BBL? It moves like the ocean. I'm telling I've never seen anything like this. She can fan you off if it's hot. I'm sorry, it makes me sad. No, it's not. I bet that one makes bank, probably. Anyways, I was impressed. I feel like she's done or doing far more than Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn Reed could do. Where are they flapping? This is the tweet that sent us on the weird spiral about this woman and her creepy husband. This is what she does sometimes. This is not going to make you any more comfortable than that last clip did.
Let's go.
Girly girl, hey. Oh, God.
Very chocolatey.
Oh, thank you.
Should I have something healthy? Oh, wait. I don't care what anyone thinks. But I'm on a diet. A weightless diet.
A weightless diet. Oh, wow. Okay, now do that with a fruit roll-up. Or not a fruit roll-up, a fruit by the foot. Then I'll be impressed. Mayor Bear, just so you know, I'll be sending all my therapy bills to you. I mean, I really don't blame you after this. This has been quite the stream. I feel like I traumatized you guys in the beginning. It's not getting much better. But luckily, I think that's all we have for right now. I think. So if Foodie Beauty goes live, you guys, I can snipe it. So I'm usually like 10 minutes late by the time I realize she's live, and then by the time I could get on. So if she does go live during the day, look for me. If she goes live tonight, I'll just go live Saturday morning and we'll do a gossip stream, a recap before my house wakes up. And I think that, yeah, we'll go live Saturday morning, you guys. All right, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry that I traumatized you. I hope everybody has a beautiful weekend. You got to put a bra on and take the dog for a haircut. Oh my God, the bra part is the worst. I hate putting on a bra. I wish it was more socially acceptable to not wear them. I really wish we could just let them flow around and bounce around. I just don't think they're comfortable. They don't fit well. Well, I mean, some bras fit well, but I just feel like your boobs can't breathe. They never really sit comfy and well. Fuck bras. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. All right, hold on. I want to thank Mrs. M for the super chat. Cats for Nelson, thank you so much for the adorable super sticker. You sent me two. I missed the second one. I'm so sorry. I love the cat. It's adorable. Thank you. Be kind. Thank you for the super chat as well. I'm sorry that the other one didn't show up, but just know I love you and I appreciate you. Lori, thank you for gifting the memberships. Welcome to all the new Breezy Bunch members. All right, so Foodie Goes Live, look for me. Love you guys. If I don't see you before tomorrow morning, enjoy your Friday. Make good choices. I'll see you soon. Bye.